Are hot. And so are we. Hey everybody, welcome back. We're back. After a bit of a hiatus. This is a pre-recorded show. We're recording this on a Tuesday as I'm airing this on Friday. So happy Friday. Yeah, we're here. We're playing some Animorphs semi-finale of the second to last season. We do have one more season of this as plans. And yeah, we're going to jump into it. Everybody's going to introduce themselves, their characters, and my question, which came up while I was getting the bread that I was going to snack on. Other than Ollie, we've all read Animorphs. So I assume we all read.
I have
Like,
not read Animorphs. I came into this completely blind.
oh, so the two of you have not read Animorphs.
Hmm.
Okay, so, well, I also assume we all read in general. So I want to know personally, because I am selfish and have had this on the brain. What is the last thing you read? And if you haven't read anything recently, what is the last thing you read that emotionally wrecked you? And it could be manga, it could be comic books. If you haven't read anything, what television show emotionally wrecked you? What movie emotionally wrecked you? That I want to know what emotionally wrecked you, because Animorphs emotionally wrecks us. So as children, it did. And we're just gonna start with Ollie. Starts us off with that. So
Yes. Hello, everybody. My name is Ruler Hamid Secrets. You can call me Ali, or Legacy Stratus, as I am called on the internet. But today, I'm going to be playing Javier, the prince. A very, very depressed prince at the moment, but he's ready for the mission. And the last thing I read, because I don't actually read a whole lot, I read of a good amount of manga, but that's about it, was One Piece. And
no one's
I don't
surprised.
know if anyone is up to date with One Piece, but there was a recent section that was so soul crushing. I had to like stop mid chapter and go, I'm gonna need a drink, and then come back and finish the chapter. It was
What
gruesome,
chapter?
bad. It was bad.
Oh,
Loved it every second. Yeah, that's me.
Anna. I should take a sip.
Good timing. Good
So,
timing.
I am Anna, aka Archival Dust Bunny Most Voices on the internet, queer and trans advocate, museum worker, and TTRPG performer, producer, and podcaster. And I play Riley, fantasy geek, all around band nerd, and one of the team's heavy hitters. The last thing I read that emotionally wrecked me was The Oleander Sword by Tasha Suri. It is part of the Jade Empire trilogy, which is a fantasy series based on kind of Indian myth
Mm-hmm.
and mythos instead of, your kind of traditional English settings
Jasmine
of
Throne,
fantasy.
right?
Jasmine Throne, yeah.
Yep.
That's the first book in the Jade Empire. And it's great and gut-wrenching and sapphic, and it will break your heart. And there's still one book left in the trilogy. So I have to prepare myself for that.
Katie.
I'm Katie. Katie Face everywhere on the internet. I play Penelope, who is totally innocent, not doing anything wrong, not betraying her friends. She's great. She's wonderful, and she's the best friend ever. Um, the last thing that I read that emotionally got me was actually a couple days ago. It was called Lucy Undying. It's a retelling of Bram Stoker's Dracula from Lucy's point of view, and it's sapphic and it's wonderful. It's funny and heartbreaking, and it has beautiful twists and turns. Um, I loved it. It had me laughing and sad and just totally into it the whole time. And actually, if you ever I'm on like a reading journey right now because I got a tablet and I got access to Libby, which is the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
I have a thread on my Twitter, Katie Face everywhere, of all the books I've been reading, and there have been some real good ones that have destroyed me. But yeah, recently it's been Lucy Undying. I highly recommend it. It's by Kirsten White.
All right, Nielsen.
I'm Nilsine. I'm playing Tony, our Battleborn, who's very conflicted recently. We'll go with that. That sounds good. Uh, the last thing don't know if it fully wrecked me, but it was actually the Book of Bill, because the ending of that ends up being really harsh in a lot of different ways. Uh, which is a book about Gravity Falls, and if I was still a kid, it would have completely destroyed me. But as an adult, it just was like, oh, that's awful in so many different random ways. Also, a lot of, if they weren't cartoons, body horror stuff happening in that too, to be honest.
Oh yeah, and Gravity Falls.
Mm.
Oh yeah, fucking love Gravity Falls. Right, Arnica.
I'm sorry, I can't do this. I don't possibly exist. Or I do exist everywhere online as Arnica X Ross. One of those two sentences is
Mm-hmm.
true. Um, back playing our favorite Andalite, Effie. Yeah. And the last thing I read that really wrecked me. Okay, so here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I I don't tend to get wrecked when I read books. Like I'm invested in them, but I don't tend to be like seriously, the last book I read that wrecked me, I was 9 months pregnant at the time. I was 38 and a half weeks along. I was tired of having an entire human being taking up my full torso. And Roland Deschain opened the top of the tower, looked down, looped again, and I said, "Oh my God, no. What if I am pregnant forever?" Because Roland opened the tower and I was crying hysterically when my spouse came home 3 hours later. That was the last time a book emotionally wrecked me. I feel like that doesn't really count. That said, I did just finish rereading The Neverending Story for like the ninth time. I'm
Oh my
being
god.
so kind to myself lately. I've been reading a lot of children's books because the bitch went crazy.
Hi everybody. My name is Valdrianth. I have bread in my mouth. Um, I have not been kind to myself when it comes to reading. Um, I'm a storyteller, and I use any all pronouns. And I just finished the last book in the Greenbone Saga, Jade Legacy. And when I tell you that I've actually never been emotionally wrecked like I've been emotionally wrecked in this book. It is cruel to introduce a character at the literal moment of their birth, watch them grow into a wonderful man, a brave, kind soul, literally the only innocent human being in these books, because it's a book about gangsters, right? Gangsters with magical jade powers, only for him to be murdered. It's cruel. It's the worst thing you could just do to somebody. But it's also one of the most beautiful stories I've ever read, and I might think they're my favorite books. They might. I mean, The Hobbit is still my favorite book, but it's close. Like, it's close. But hey, speaking of emotionally wrecking, let's get started. Last time and it's been like over a month for us, but last time there was a plan made. Y'all are in Texas, and y'all have to rescue George W. Bush from getting infested by a yurk. He is volunteering for a medical treatment for a mental problem. I'm not saying George W. Bush has a mental problem. I'm not saying that. But in this world, he does. And y'all have to go save him, as well as possibly even destroy this entire operation of using mental health patients as host. It's gonna be a tough one, but y'all are here in Texas, and we rolled our engagement roll. Y'all are in a controlled position, so things are looking pretty good for y'all. There's no there's no huge obstacles for y'all to get past, sort of thing, but I'm laying this out. Here you guys go. What are you doing? Go.
Can I ask a question real quick?
No. Yes, of course.
In my notes, the last thing I wrote down was number 27 is important, question mark. I don't know why I wrote that down. Anyone at all have any idea?
The 27th floor, I believe.
That's like my most like that's the only thing I could think of too.
Because I
Also,
have going
Ollie,
through
your
garage,
mic's
elevator
muted
to floor
on
20.
subtitles. Just a heads up.
Yeah,
Son
it's
of a-
elevator to top floor, and then I have 27 after it, so I assume 27 is either the room number or the floor that we need to get to.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, cool. Thank you. But yeah, we're just jumping into it, right?
Just jumping into it.
All right. Then could I have a very brief moment as we're separating into our parties, to chat with Nilsine with Tony for a second?
No.
All right.
She can't.
Tony.
Yeah, what's up?
It's about a day late. I'm sorry about that. Bit distracted. Saw your sister. Talked to her a little bit, and I just want you to know that she's safe. I tried to explain some things while being vague. Gave her some earplugs, if that helps.
Hopefully.
She wants to know more. I think she wants to support you, us, and I think she might be ready if you're ready.
I mean,
After this incredibly dangerous mission, of course.
yeah, yeah. Thank you. I've been ready, so I thank you for talking with her at least. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I should have mentioned it earlier, but all of the stuff was so distracting and prescient. I couldn't think. But yeah, let's make it home and welcome your sister to the team, okay?
Okay.
And he like pats your shoulder and like trying to genuinely show you affection, and it's just like having the hardest time, and not in a boys don't know how to show boys affection way, but in a how do I show affection but also like make it seem empowering. 'Cause all right, go kick some ass. He just walks away.
Thanks.
Demetrius like, what was that about?
I guess he talked to my sister.
No. I get that, but like, what
Oh.
was the? And like, as a dog, just like puts his paw on your knee, and like it tries to imitate Javier's like patting. Like,
Javi is has trouble with himself sometimes.
okay. Think he has a crush on you?
I hope not, because I don't need. No, he and Riley, I think, are pretty firmly attached.
Okay, cool. That's good. No reason I asked that.
Oh.
Mhm.
What is going on?
All right, gang. Let's do it.
So, do we want to start with the hospital infiltration or the attack the president?
Whichever of us speaks first.
I'm gonna be honest, y'all should probably start with the hospital. I'm still trying to get myself mentally in a place of not committing treason.
Okay.
I'm changing the timeline. Go to the hospital first.
Changing the timeline.
Yeah, I'm cool with going to the hospital first.
Yeah.
Let's do
Okay.
it.
So, who's team hospital?
Penelope, Javi, and Riley.
All right, Penelope, Javi, and Riley. Y'all going into this. What y'all doing? Who's going first? Who's making a roll? What's going on? How y'all doing this?
I think as we're like in the car driving up there, Penelope's like in the back, leans up with her elbows on the the seats in front of her, and she's like, "So, what's the plan, y'all?"
Right now, the plan is to get to the 27th floor. It seems like that's where they're holding everything down and where they want to get the president. His handler, Thomas O'Malley, if he's anywhere, he'd probably be up there. That's what you said. I wrote it down.
I know, I just realized it's the name of the fucking cat from Aristocrats.
We understood chat like the cat.
Like the cat.
Easy to remember.
Anyways,
Do
if
you
one of
think-
us has what?
Sorry, do you think the morphs you have you have one nurse, right?
Yeah, I have a nurse. Got some costumes that I grabbed. I also can just pretend to be someone else entirely. If
Do we know
need be.
what the 27th floor is? Is it like mental health or neurology or?
It was neurology, I believe. Y'all did confirm
Yeah,
that.
they get infected in the brain, doctor, is what I wrote down. So 27th floor must be neurology.
And do we know any doctors on the 27th floor that maybe one of us can be like looking for? Can I do a flashback?
Do a flashback. What are you looking for?
That I looked up doctors on the 27th floor so I can like that we can say we're looking for this doctor, like we have an appointment or something got messed up, like we missed an appointment, something like that.
Okay, so go ahead. We'll do the flashback, and I want us just to see how good of information that you got, Penelope. Go ahead and roll something for
Study?
me.
Yeah.
To find this doctor, and you will probably take a stress.
Yeah.
Because of it.
And I only have one dice in study.
You can also do survey.
Okay, I'll do survey.
Mhm.
I've got two. Can I add one of my dice to it, and so I'll have 3?
Yes.
Okay.
How many did you have?
Oh, well, that's mixed. 2 4s and a 1.
Okay, 4 is not bad. Go ahead and take a single stress for this. Y'all do know, of a doctor that works in neurology, and y'all were able to get his name through, just the directory, right?
Yeah.
The directory being, his name is Dr. Michael Cole. So
Okay.
Dr. Cole. And, head of neurology. He's a neurosurgeon. And, oh God, I've been watching too much Grey's Anatomy. It's okay. But what you don't have is like a patient list. You don't have like his schedule or anything like that, but you do have a name of the head of neurosurgery on the 27th floor, which is Dr. Cole. Y'all can figure, and that's what you know.
Okay, I back in the present, I lean back and I'm still leaning up, and I'm like, we won't look out of place if we're saying we're looking for Dr. Cole. That was the name I was able to find. I couldn't really find any more information about like scheduling or anything. I'm not a hacker. I couldn't get into any sort of systems or anything. But
Hopefully,
at least we won't seem out of place if we at least know a doctor.
hopefully that can get us in. I worry it's going to be high security. I'm gonna have to be careful or ready to break in.
I do also remember, just to refresh all our memory, that y'all do remember about the access with the maintenance elevator. Y'all did get information about that too as well. So y'all do know where the maintenance elevator is, how far it goes up, that kind of stuff. So there is also that as well. Can't
You're
hear
muted.
you, Ollie. You're muted.
I was saying, can I also do a little bit of stress and get a flashback?
Yeah, always.
Uh, so I know that while we were getting some information, I spent a lot of time around the hospital in this area. Um, I think I would have waited to like the last like evening before doing anything like this. Uh, but could I have tried to steal a key card? Not like a high security or anything like that, but just like something that says this nurse is here. Uh, so that if anything, I can obstruct it, but like show off like it would look like a regular badge if no one was paying too much attention.
So, stealing a key card, like, the process, like, in the system to do that is one, finding someone who has access to that floor and then being able to stake them out to steal their card is high stress. I would just recommend you make this part of your mission right now, since you're gonna
Okay.
have to roll for it anyway and things like that, and that way you're not taking like a shit ton of stress. To like, you can make this as part of your mission. That's my recommendation. I'll still do the flashback, but it's gonna cost you more than it would if you were just playing the game right now.
Oh no, save it for later.
Yeah.
In that case, while we are, if we go in while you guys are trying to get closer, just you know, with if you guys can convince them to let you in close enough to get to the access elevator, you can get in that way. I want to try and see if I can steal an access card, just in case. I'll go in my morph and try to not get caught and steal something important. Worst case scenario, I'll slip them and turn into something else, someone else. And then
Katie, you're muted.
Hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
now I
Can you hear me now? Sorry.
Yes.
We should probably get you to a laundry room or something so you can get some scrubs if you're going to be a nurse.
oh, he opens up his backpack. There's like 3 costumes.
Yeah, he did get
Oh.
some costumes.
You came prepared then.
Getting scrubs is actually kind of easy. You just go to the store. Like, you can get scrubs at Walmart. Like,
He also has a cheerleader costume in there for some reason. Irrelevant.
Probably one of Penelope's.
just in case Heather needs to wear it. Your Heather Morph needs to wear it.
Any reason, just in case.
Just in case.
Do you think you should go on your own? I could be a bat and hide in your pocket if you need backup.
I think if you guys go together, it might be a little safer, because if you, okay, I look to Riley, and I'm just like, Penelope hasn't been here in a long time. I think it might be safer if she doesn't have to do anything by herself at the moment.
Makes sense.
Not though.
We are dating Link with my brain for like a moment. But yes, perfect. Okay. Let's go team. No, okay. Let's just go.
All right, so with Team A, y'all are so now we're splitting into 3, right? We're having 2 of you just walk into the reception and see if y'all just can't get on the floor that way, and we're having Javier trying to sneak in through maintenance, get a card, or as a nurse or something like that, right? Okay, so let's go with the girls first, and then we'll go with Javier, and then we'll switch scenes after those set of roles and see what Team Car is doing. So, Penelope and Riley, I'm assuming y'all are just walking into reception, right?
Yes.
Cool. You walk into reception. It's a typical hospital reception desk. There's like there's a directory posted on the floors, and sure enough, there's Dr. Cole's office in neurology, and all that other kind of stuff. But what do y'all do? How do y'all do this?
If you want to be the patient, I'll be your sister here to support you.
Yeah, I was thinking I don't have a name for an appointment. I can sort of, if you want to talk to him, somehow we need to get a look at the sign-in board.
Okay.
Maybe you can go up there and ask to go to the bathroom and look at it, and then you can give me the name and I can go try to say I missed an appointment or something, or say that no one's called me yet and it's been a while, or vice versa.
Jam, does it seem like we could get up to the floor, or would we need like reception's permission to even like get to the elevator?
This is the 90s, so in general, you should be able to just kind of go to at least like the basic neurology floor, because there's like neurology, and like then like the wing is like shut off, right? But you could probably attempt to go to the elevator and just go up to neurology. There is a possibility.
That may be our best bet. Just go up and see what we see up there, and if someone asks us where we are, we act lost and say we have an appointment.
Okay, that works for me.
Okay. So we will head to the elevator, yes.
Yeah, I'll follow Riley.
Yeah, as you guys like go to the elevator, nobody pays you much mind. You just two teenage girls in the hospital, next to a university campus, so it's not that weird. You see floor 27, and you click up, and then you click go, and it does that thing where, when you click an elevator and the light goes on and it goes off, it goes on and it goes off. Y'all are starting to think it's like there's a very important appointment on the 27th floor, so there's extra security measures. Any other day, like, you could just go up there.
Usually
yeah.
there's a sign or directory in the elevator. What's on the 26th to the 28th floor?
The 26th floor is general surgery, and the 28th floor, there is no 28th floor. It's the roof.
Interesting.
It's 27th top floor.
What's our next bet? We can morph. I mean,
We could.
Birds, small creatures.
Yeah. See, we could go up the elevator shaft, see if we can get in that way or get in the floor below it or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Is there a camera in the elevator?
Yes.
Of course.
Bathroom.
Bathroom. Yeah. That may be best.
Okay, let's do that then.
Okay. So we'll head to the bathroom.
Yeah.
As y'all walk like out of the elevator, because y'all are in there for like a hot minute. You sort of notice Because now you're a little bit on more alert. You do notice that there are not necessarily men in suits, but men in sunglasses inside at the very least. That are like just two guys that are just like staring at you as you like walk out of the elevator.
Just to like drive home her point that they're normal, Penelope like scoffs and looks over at Riley and just mutters under her breath, "Creeps."
Ooh, roll something.
Command or sway? She's just trying to pretend like she's a normal teenage girl, and she would be creeped out by like two grown men looking at them.
Yeah, sway is fine. That'll be a standard effect with sway for sure. You got 3 in sway, so
5 and a 6, so a 6.
yeah. So 6 is a full success. Like as you sort of like do that, one of the guys just coughs and like moves on, and they both actually get on to the elevator that y'all had just exited and close the door. But it's like, oh shit, I was clearly noticed. I should not. I'm being really bad at undercover security. And they both
don't underestimate a teenage girl.
Yeah, and they both get into the elevator, sort of thing.
Probably should have taken it up to another floor, but too late
I
now.
mean, we're two teenage girls. They can't think we're the smartest people, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Just don't like to be sloppy. A lot of stuff has happened.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to the bathroom and wait, make sure it's cleared out, and then we can try to get into a vent.
Y'all go into the bathroom. There is about there's 2 other people in there, one in the stall, one washing their hands. And what do y'all do? Do y'all wait for them to leave? Do you make them leave?
Penelope pretends to use the bathroom, just wasting time. Yeah.
Mhm.
Same, yeah. Waiting until I wonder if we should lock the door once it's empty or just leave it open.
We should lock the door.
You could fart really hard and try to get people out faster. just saying.
It's just, or start vomiting, or like one of those things. Luckily, the lady that's washing her hands leaves pretty quickly, and then the other woman gets out, washes her hands, and leaves, and nobody else has entered into the bathroom as the 2 of you are left alone. Anna, you're Riley, you're outside. Katie's in the stall. Do you lock the door?
Yeah, I'll lock. I worry that's going to draw attention though, but we need the time.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so you lock the door.
Mm-hmm.
2 of you do a little... What do y'all turn into?
What is the vent situation in here?
Yeah, how big is it?
Oh, yeah, so it's pretty standard. It's a hospital, so you have to definitely keep like a certain level of humidity in this building. It's hospitals are always cold, so that AC is blowing. Because weirdly enough, like, I don't know if you knew this, but you actually sleep better when you're cold than when you're hot. And the people that need to sleep. So
Germs also don't grow in the cold.
Germs also don't grow in the cold. Yep. So the AC system, the vent system is robust.
Batman Arkham style? Robust?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. I don't...
Yeah, it's robust. I mean, like, they are kept in with, like, screws, the vents, right?
Hmm. Do we have Javier's multi-tool? It's the question.
Javier, did you give them the multi-tool or did you take it?
I think yes. I think I like the scene of uh like we went off to do stuff, and I turned around and went up to Riley, and just like put it in her hand, like, good luck. Uh, this is probably gonna be helpful. Usually is,
Mm-hmm.
for some stupid reason. Uh, and then I leave and then turn back around, like, I cleaned the knife. There's no blood on it anymore. Just in case. That doesn't matter. Never mind.
What do y'all do with your clothes?
Yeah, I mean, knowing what our plan was, I feel like I brought some throwaway clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do
probably.
these, it is the 90s. Do these toilets have tanks? Or have we moved away from that in public restrooms at this point?
You moved away from that, especially in the bathrooms. You moved away from tanks, I think. Yeah. But there's a garbage.
Is there like a cleaning closet or something in here? Cleaning supplies?
No, not in here because that would be outside. There is the changing station for the diapers. And there's a handicap stall, and of course there's just a garbage bag. There's just the trash can.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shove my clothes. I'll strip down to my bike shorts and swimsuit top and
Yeah,
just shove my clothes in the trash can, cover them
same.
with paper towels. I am gonna keep Javier's multi-tool. That is the item that I will be morphing with,
Cool.
since I can do that. Yeah, so I guess we'll get the vent off if that's easy enough.
Yeah, I think so. I think the vent coming off is pretty easy enough. I mean, it's a Phillips head screwdriver. It's not like difficult to unscrew anything. Though at this point, there is a rattle at the door, at the main door, like as you guys strip down and get the vent done. So, and then there's like a pounding at the door. It's like, it's locked. And please, I have to go. No. As the two of you are definitely on a stricter time limit to get out.
Yeah, where is the vent? Up high? Is it down low? Are we
It's up
able to
high.
like get in it? It's up
No,
high.
it's up high, and it's
So
not human sized. So
gotcha.
yeah.
Okay, so it's not huge. So it wouldn't be super noticeable if we leave the vent cover off of it.
Right.
Okay, throw in the vent cover in the garbage as well. And I'm going bat.
You're going bat. What about you,
Mhm.
Kitty?
I'm going skunk.
Skunk.
I'm going little critter.
Skunk in the vents?
Yeah.
Yo, find a fan and skunk it
So
out.
subtle.
Skunk that shit.
I'm gonna clear a fucking room, baby.
Fuck yeah.
I love it, and it is perfectly skunk sized. This vent.
I figured it wouldn't be like too small. Like it'd be good for a little critter to go through.
Yeah. It is perfectly vent sized. Now y'all are on the bottom floor. Just remember to keep that in mind. So, like, y'all have to find a way to climb 27 stories through the vents.
I'll be very tired by the time I get up there.
Or the flying. Or are y'all climbing through the vents? Or are you going to find like the elevator shaft to climb through the shaft?
A vent is going to be easier for a skunk, I feel like.
Yeah, I think
The
so, too.
shaft would be easier for me, but the vent's going to be easier for the
Skunks
skunk.
are pretty agile. I could go up the little
Yeah, they could.
wires. I think
True.
we whatever we find first is probably the
Mhm.
best option because that'll be quicker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anna, you have not made a roll yet. As y'all have finished like your itty mammal morphs, your cute little critter morphs, and have you been a bat before, Anna?
I think I've been a bat once.
Okay. Because I was about to say, like, have you done your bat attuning? To
I think
say
I
the
have.
least?
I mean,
Yeah.
I can do it if you would like. I roll a ton of dice for a tune.
Yeah, not this time around, just because like you're not the bat's not freaking out, sort of thing. Like if something triggers the brains of these animals, then it's a different thing. But y'all are able to get in, and I imagine that the little chittering skunk tail just gets into the darkness of the vent just as, like, the door unclacks, and you see one of, just a normal security guy kind of, like, walk in and sort of, like, look around super confused. But otherwise does not, like, notice you guys had just crawled into this vent. We're gonna switch over to Javier. Javier, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think, I think he morphs into his nurse, uh,
Mm-hmm.
just like early on. And for a moment, he has that trouble that he's been having because he's been having a hard time morphing lately. So like he gets the body right, but then the face is wrong, and like he has to like focus, and it slowly morphs into the right face again. Uh, and he puts on, all the scrubs. Grabs his backpack and fills it with stuff, and puts the shoes at the very top of it in case anyone looks inside. Uh, and just walks right in. And heads to like whatever like the main nursing station is. Like there's always the little area where they go to, drop off charts and other things like that. And I think that's where I would be going.
Okay. I will
Uh,
tell you what's happening, because my bladder is also screaming at me. So I'm gonna take 2 seconds. Sorry, because I was like, oh, I can deal with this. I can finish the scene. It's like, no, you can't. Go, go do this. I'll be right back. Stay. So.
do you guys know um, if there were any medical recruiters companies in the 90s that were particularly famous? And temp agencies.
Not off the top of my head that I can remember. Like closest I can get is Bonnie Staffing. They're not famous. They're infamous. You need someone to do a crappy job because you're paying them the least amount possible. Bonnie Staffing, they're your folks.
uh, Fair. I'll just go with the one that I used when I was a CNA. I don't think it was from the 90s, but whatever. Shout out to my neighbor and her in the company she was. Uh,
I'm back. Okay. You need to make a roll because you have not located the nurse's station before. So you need to figure it out. How are you doing it? Are you physically looking? Are you asking where the station is? Like, what's the...
yeah, I think I'm gonna go up to like the first other nurse that I see,
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of walk up and uh, look at their badge and be like, "Oh, hey, Shelly, it's my first day. Just got a contract from Diversified Medical. Apparently we need extra hands on deck here. I don't really know what's going on, but I also don't know where I'm going. Do you think you can help me find nurse station? I am almost barely on time,
Yep.
and I hear things are important right now.
Okay, make a roll.
All right, I'm gonna go sway,
Mm-hmm.
which I have with this morph 3.
There you go.
Jeez. All right, yeah, one of them had to be a 6. That's solid.
Solid, a 6.
Yeah. Well, it's 1 and 2 and then a 6, but yeah.
Okay.
It's so scary when you roll so many dice because it's like one of these has to be a good number, and you look at 2 of them, and it's like, well, how the fuck?
Yeah, no, that's RNG for you. True RNG. Yeah, so Shelly looks at you and she's like, Oh, wow. You didn't even get your badge. Oh, wow. What floor are you on, honey? Like, what specialty are you?
I neurology is my specialty.
Oh.
I was told that there's something big happening today, and they need more people. Again, I got a last minute call and asked for more staff. They told me that there'd be people here to tell me what's going on. Um, please help me.
Yeah, sure. Come on. And she, like, motions for you to follow her. Because you also, like, don't have, like, your badge on you or anything. So essentially, she's not taking you to neurology, though.
Yeah.
She's taking you to HR because you have to get
Perfect.
you have to get your badge to sign up for this. Also, she kind of like looks you up and down. We gotta get you. Where did you get your scrubs at? Because neurology wears yellow.
See, I need to stop having temp jobs. I wish I was hired in full time because the last place I had, their neurology was burgundy, so I figured it'd be the same. I was, hopeful.
It is. It is.
Jeez.
It is burgundy over there in Houston. I understand. Yeah. Travel
Also,
like.
yellow, that's gonna ruin. Oh my god, I'm gonna need to
You
change my
know, it's
makeup.
something. It's something about Dr. Cole. He just has like this thing for yellow. I'm not really sure. Like y'all get into the elevator and y'all go up to the 15th floor because that is where HR is, and she is going to lead you to HR. We are going to now switch gears and see what Team Car is up to.
All right, Effie, I think I've got the bigger thing. So if I stop traffic, do you want to smash a car and grab a guy?
What was that? I didn't get to hear, Annika.
Oh, it's because Arnica didn't say anything. Arnica was sitting there going, "Wow, we're starting with smashing the door on the freeway and yanking people out. Cool, I'm here
Mm-hmm.
for it. Let's do that." Um, okay, so it's me, you, and the dog,
Yep.
and we're like just at the we're what at like the on ramp, lurking behind some mesquite bushes, waiting for someone to pull over so we can just like jump out in front of their car, smash them.
Oh, I'm going to turn into a rhino and make a car stop because we're going to
She's
have to do that.
That's hilarious. All right. Um, Evie is bracing herself. She has morphed into something small enough that she can actually hide over in the corner, as she needs to. Lord. So she's got, what am I right now? I'm sitting there as the crow. That's the most useful one right now because
mm-hmm.
everything else needs to be wet. So Effie's sitting there as the crow. She's kind of watching, kind of hopping around, doing that. Don't mind me. I'm just picking up some dropped nut meat or something on the ground. Uh, you know, she hops out, looks around, and goes, "All right." Flies back. There is a vehicle. It is large
Yeah,
and it
it's an
looks
Escalade.
fast.
Yeah, it's a big It's a big,
Okay.
big black Escalade. There's actually like, there's two of them. There's like a bodyguard Escalade and like the main Escalade, um, in front of the Capitol. And y'all know that sessions are about to be done. Like work is about to be finished. For government employees, this is around the time of the appointment. That things are supposed to happen. So, you see the back doors where these Escalades are parked. You see a couple guys walk out in suits, earpieces, looking for anything suspicious. And then not long after that, getting into the first Escalade, is a portly, balding man that I think only you have seen before, Effie.
Mm.
You've seen him before. Um, getting into one Escalade, and then you see just this very like squirrely but weirdly friendly guy with curly hair, sorta, and as he's um talking with his security guards nonchalantly, doesn't seem nervous about anything at all, and they get into the first Escalade and they start to drive off.
All right. So Cheney's in the second Escalade and Bush is in the first one.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, and so Effie looks over at both of them. She goes, "It is that one." And she kind of just hops on. She keeps a little. They're like loitering. They're trying to pull out. They're getting ready because you gotta muscle up. You gotta get the rest of the convoy
Mm-hmm.
ready. She's just like sitting on top of the roof, like a bird who doesn't care, not
Yeah.
even looking in. She's gotten pretty good at looking like a bird who doesn't give a
Mm-hmm.
fuck.
And it's
She's
not
very
a yeah,
proud of
and
it.
it's not a very big convoy because again, like this is not like public news that the
Mhm.
governor of Texas is getting, and Republican Party candidate is having some neuro procedure being done on him. Like this is top secret shit, right? And yeah, so do me a quick favor, Effie, and I need you to make a roll
I do.
to see what you notice.
All right. Let's see. So let's go ahead and roll my study.
Yeah.
I had all my dice out and then I put them away so that I would knock them over. And now I'm seeing every dice except for my 6. Why do I have like 23 fours? It's fine. Here's one. Here's one. Bam. Oh, here they are because I keep them all on the desk inside my cuff. All right. 2d6. Ow. Yeah, I got a 1 and a 6.
Whew, that's good. Um, as you roll that and you're like, it's these two. It's good. You notice another car pulls up, kind of like where these Escalades after they drive off. Another car pulls up into the driveway. And some people get out. They're all wearing very casual clothing. And the car is like a champagne colored Lexus. You don't know what a Lexus is. I'm just giving you like the newest, like, nicest sedan that there is. Very, very unassuming. And everyone's just wearing khakis and polos and visors, getting into this car as well. And also driving off.
Okay. So they came out after the convoy left, or they
Yes.
came out while the convoy was leaving?
After
Okay.
the convoy left. Yeah.
Hmm. You know, Effie just isn't. Effie has instructions. She's just not curious enough to be like, "Ooh, what's that?" Um, and her very good instructions are that we are kidnapping a governor and we are putting him in the car and we are stealing the car. None of those instructions include if you see someone else weird come out after. So
Yeah.
everybody's gonna doesn't even think about it, doesn't relay the information to anybody. Just goes ahead and lets them know that the convoy is in motion. We are on our way. And it just does one of those, oh no, I'm a startled bird. The car moved out from under me. Back wings.
Yeah. All right. Tony, what are you doing? You muted.
Once Effie lets me know that they're getting close to the on-ramp, I believe is where we were hitting them.
Mm-hmm.
Now that she said they're moving, I'm going to start turning into a rhino, and then once they under the thing as best I can, and then I'm going to smash probably the lead car or the car in front of them, depending on how fast they're going.
Pick one, please.
Let's go with the lead car of the actual convoy, because Tony would prefer not to just hurt some random person.
Cool. Lead car of the convoy. There is a good chance that this is the one that you've been informed that the governor is in. Go ahead and I'm assuming.
Yeah,
you're hiding underneath the ramp, like you morphed down there.
Yeah.
Okay, straight up though, you are just kind of turning into a rhino. So I need you to how are you managing this? Like, do you?
We're under a tarp like a magic trick.
Yeah, I think that's gonna have to be the easiest thing, is either a tarp or a blanket or something, and transforming under it.
Go ahead.
I can't see worth a dang either which way, so.
Gotcha. Go ahead and I'll give you a large tarp flashback for free, no issue. Like, essentially, you could have also just had because the unhoused lived under overpasses, so you can have just gotten it's not weird for a tarp to be under the overpass.
Yep.
So I'll give you that the tarp, and you do your morph. You're a rhino, which we have pointed out before, or a bit blind. So do you have is Effie or Dimitri helping you with directions?
Since Dimitri was here, I was going to have him help with directions, but since once I morph, I can also let Effie know what if my course needs correcting.
Cool. It's really cool because Dimitri is there to also daisy chain bullshit. Which, by the way, those of you in Morph, make sure you did start your Morph clocks in after the round. Everybody who's morphed will have one of their ticks of their clock done. But as of right now, Dimitri has informed you that the cars are on the way, and he is going to count down, and when he says, and on 1, go, kind of thing. So he's like, oh, there's light. Okay. 3, 2, 1.
All right.
Okay.
I shoot a message hike, and then I charge forward.
Nice. Because they play football together. Alright, so, what you rolling?
I am going to wreck it.
Wreck it. Let's go.
I'm also going to go ahead and use a die, because I might as well. I have a ton of them.
Yep.
Wow, even with all those other ones, I am glad I used an extra die. What the actual F?
Oh no.
Apparently I'm going to use a reroll too, because that was 3 3s and 2 1s.
No!
Which means I get a full house.
Alright, use your reroll. Go ahead.
Okay, that's better. Still not amazing, but there was a 6, a 5, a 6, and also 2 1s.
A 6 is a full success, so you charge forward, and they had just came off of a light, so they were just starting to move, so they're not moving terribly fast. The Escalades don't do 0 to 60. Plus, you're still technically in town, sort of thing, and you make connect with the front passenger side of this Escalade, and send it spinning.
All right, Effie, I get to play target. You need to grab the guy.
All right.
The first things first is that, like, the second Escalade stops, all vehicles are stopping because a rhinoceros just ran into the street. What in the world? Kind of thing. And two bodyguards get out, one from the driver's side, the other from the passenger side of the wrecked Escalade, and then two more coming out of the the one that screeches to a halt, and they are going to shoot at you.
Yep.
Because it's like, holy shit, what just happened?
Oh, yeah.
Sort of ordeal. So go ahead and roll a body defense for me, please.
Thankfully, that's my best one. My dice are legitimately trying to kill me, but I at least have a 5.
Okay, so go ahead and take stress. Because luckily enough for you, you are a rhinoceros, and it's kind of hard to shoot a rhino. They're very thick-skinned. You do have one that does catch you in the shoulder. He was shooting for your head, but oddly enough, they're very stormtroopery with their weapons right now because they've never actually shot at a rhino before. To do this, let's go ahead and, as that's going on, because it is technically enemy turn now. In the hospital, let's cut to the two of you that are in the vents and shafts. How are y'all getting through this?
I think that we can talk in our minds when we're morph, correct? Just to make sure I remember that. Okay.
Yeah.
I tell Riley that I'm going to follow her lead because she can go a little bit ahead and scout because she's a bat. So I'm going to follow her lead and let her tell me when it, where to go and everything.
Okay. Riley, how are you navigating these vents?
I know generally what direction the elevator shaft is from the bathroom because we walked directly to the bathroom from the elevator.
Yeah.
So I'm going to kind of just work my way through them in that direction until we find the shaft. Because the shaft is also built for maintenance. It will have floor numbers on the inside. And we're going to need that.
That is true.
Yeah, because trying to count 27 floors up in the vents is going to be tough.
Alright, what are you rolling for your navigation?
I'll help whatever you do, by the way.
I will roll. What does Bat give me? Bat gives me
I could do. Yeah, the help action is 2 stress on your thing and an extra dice for you, Riley.
Okay. I can do survey or study. Would either of those give me a better?
I think survey is probably the best one.
Survey?
Yeah.
Okay.
Survey would give you the effect that you need. And we're still controlled, so good for y'all.
We're very calm, cool, and collective.
Yeah, very demure.
5.
5. Okay. So you successful consequences. So you're able to get to navigate your way to the elevator shaft, and the consequence of this is that shaft is also screwed shut from the outside, and the vents are not human shaped for the vent. So that is you're gonna have to figure out how to get past. You as a bat, I will say is small enough to kind of fit through the shaft, like you know how vents have, you know, down. You as a bat, you are small enough and agile enough to fit through there and get into the shaft. But Katie as a skunk, you are not. Yeah.
I'll kind of relay that back to Katie. It's screwed in. Skunks can dig, right? Do you think you could try and force your way through this without falling?
I can try. That would probably be. Could it be finesse?
Finesse would give you a more limited effect. Um,
I could try skirmish. That's the only thing I could think
Yeah,
that.
you could also like try to break it with wreck.
I have nothing in wreck, which is the worst thing.
Or you could try to tinker it. Like,
I also have nothing to tinker.
yeah, well,
This is
you
so
can
bad.
still roll with them.
I know.
But like
risk.
but yeah, finesse would be a more limited effect. Just because if you were, I imagine like with finessing, you're trying to use your claws to try and pry something open.
Yeah.
Whereas like, you know, with wreck, you're using like your body weight to get into it. So I will say it's going to be a limited effect with finesse.
Okay, so wreck without anything gives me 1, right?
So wreck without anything, you roll 2 and you take the lowest.
Take the lowest. Okay,
Yes.
sorry. It's been a while since I've played.
Yeah.
And how many do I have left? I have 3 left or 2?
For
2 extra dice.
you have 3 plus 1s left.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll do. How does that work if I want to add plus 1s to it?
Then it just, so when you add a plus 1 to this, like, so you have a dice, it's just, now you have 1 dice instead of rolling 2. So now you have 1.
So I'll add, I'm just gonna burn my 3 and
all
try to
3 of them and just, you know what?
for wreck.
For knowledge, in the 90s, according to building code, most of these should be aluminum. That's.
So I should be able to wreck it if I roll
let's
high
see.
enough.
I mean, you have 3 of them. So let's try and go.
I rolled 3 5s.
3 5s. Cool. So limited effect on that. Or small consequence, full effect. So you're able to like get, like, you are a meaty skunk. You've got your full momentum. You like get down there and you shoulder check this aluminum vent, and it the first time doesn't quite get it, and you know, you shake it off, but it bends it and the screws kind of come a little bit loose. And then you go the second time and the vent like pops off and falls through the shaft. Consequence wise, you consequence-wise is when y'all look out, and Riley, you would echolocate, and skunks also have very limited eyesight, if I remember correctly. What y'all do realize, both of you, easily, however, is that the elevator is up.
Maybe Javier could call it down.
I think that might be the best thing.
But I'm sure y'all are still on the first floor, just in the vents in the first floor. Do y'all want to try and go up a second floor?
So I'm pretty small. Elevators are not going to be flush with their shafts because of how the wheels and the gears and the pulleys work and all that. Could we both fit up? Is there like an access ladder or anything that the skunk could use? Anything that the skunk could get a hold of to climb up?
I mean, there's
the cables.
There's the cables. There's just, in general, you know, it's not you're right, it's not a smooth wall. The second floor, or the second floor vent, is because these are roof vents, right? Would be about a story up, so like what, 20 not even 20, like 15 feet up about. When you think about it, so she would have to scale 15 feet of pretty like slick aluminum in the shaft, right? That's flushed against the wall before. That being said, there is a ledge from the elevator doors, period, which would be closer, which would be about probably like 8 feet above you. There is technically, in a weird way, if you have the time, because it's up, it's not coming down yet, because y'all are on the ground floor. There's room here to demorph and become something else if possible, if you needed to.
I can go to a smaller bird.
That might be helpful. Then we could just kind of fly past it.
Okay, I'll demorph and I'll go to a budgie.
Okay, what I would like real quick is do an attune roll to see how fast you can do this, and see if you can do this before that elevator starts to get too close down to you, before you can escape back into the vent.
I rolled a 6.
You rolled a 6, wonderful. You do notice the elevator starting to come down, because that's what elevators do, but you do have like the capability of like turning back to the skunk on the floor, turn to the bird, fly into the shaft that you already broke, and that sort of stuff, which y'all are going to have to do when it's your turn again, to keep in mind with either the vent. Actually, we'll get to you in a second, because you just also get on top of the elevator at this point. There is also that as an option, right? But we are going to cut to Javier and see what Javier is doing on his end, since y'all had some rolls. Javi, what's going on? You're in HR.
Yeah. I'm waiting for a meeting to talk to HR.
Yeah. Is that all you're doing? Are you trying to?
Yeah,
figure out
I'm
how
knocking on the door.
Yeah, you're on floor 18. You were sat in a waiting, like you're brought to the reception. Shelly brings you to the reception to HR. And HR is like, okay, what is your name? Like types on her computer.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I should have a nom de plume. What? Oh. Boo, 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 boo.
And she's
Brittany Maddow.
smacking gum, by the way. Like this reception is, as she's doing it, she does not care. Like it's nicotine. Nicotine gum, in fact.
Perfect. Yeah. Brittany Maddow. I was called in by Diversified Staffing for.
Wait a second.
whatever's
What?
going
How do you
on.
spell? How do you spell the last name?
MADDOW silent E.
You're not in the system. Are you sure starting today?
Yeah, like I said, I got an emergency call last night that they're short-staffed for some neurology thing. Shelly said I could talk to HR and have some help with the setting everything up. I know that I'm supposed to be needed soon, so and what's going on around me? Like, what does this office look like?
It's
Who's
HR.
here? I understand, but like, is there a
It's
lot
a
of people
closet.
here? It's a closet.
There's at least one sexual harassment case happening in an office. There's at least some other person is getting drug tested because it's a hospital, like that sort of stuff. And she's like, did you bring your resume with you? Do you have like a copy of that? Or
Of course.
mm-hmm.
So you said that there are other people in the room, right?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, yeah, I just pull out the resume that I was using in the other time that I was infiltrating, because I do have a full nurse's resume
You
that
have
I
a
made
full
up.
nurse resume. Like that is something that you do have. Yeah.
And yeah, I show that to her and try to get her to empathize with me here.
It's HR. You're at a disadvantage. You know, like, they don't work for you. They work for the company. Like,
Tell me about it. Yeah. Okay. Uh, I'm thinking. Um. Ooh. Can I use my flashback now to get some information?
let's see what it is.
Uh, I want to find the name of someone in HR who does the staffing, who does the like here's your key card sort of thing. Uh, uh, um, fuck, what's it called? Who's in charge of onboarding and stuff like that.
Who's in charge of onboarding? Yeah, you can take a stress to figure that out. And go ahead and flash back yours. It would be a study or a survey, I believe, for this.
Okay.
Because y'all were looking at the directory for, to see the doctor. So you could have also looked at the hospital directory is public. So you probably could have looked at the directory also for who's in charge of HR.
I'm gonna take my extra die for this one.
Okay.
All right. So I do get a 6 out of those 3.
Okay. The head of HR for onboarding is Kelly Price.
All right. So my manager, supervisor, whatever. Her name is Kelly. She told me to also ask for a Kelly. She said Kelly. I think
Kelly Price.
Yeah, she's supposed to help me get through this today.
Go ahead and here's a clipboard. Have a seat. Just kind of like fill that out with your information, which is, by the way, the same information that's on the fucking clipboard on your resume. It doesn't matter. You have to fill this out. Yeah, we might be able to get you your badge today, but because you're not in the system, I got to re-enter all of this. So if you could just fill that out, and we can't give you privileges until you're in the system. You understand? Like,
of course.
Yeah.
Can I roll a sway to get her to take me to Kelly faster?
Yeah. Cool. You can try. It's a limited effect though, because Kelly might not be in. Kelly might like,
I have a crit, right?
A 6, 2 6s is a crit. Oh,
no.
You have a crit.
Yeah.
Like, did you already roll?
I just rolled, yeah.
Okay, you already rolled and it's not a crit, right?
It's definitely not.
Yeah, you still have to spend a reroll and then make it a crit. Make your reroll a crit. Yeah.
Extremely worth it.
Okay.
I got 2 1s and a 2. So.
Gotcha. You had 1 reroll.
Garbage.
So that's your only reroll and 1 of your crits. Gone. Okay, cool.
Do the auto crits before the roll. Got it.
Yeah, do the auto crits.
Not a problem.
Yeah, you can always add a die at any point. But because it's like you already made the roll, you are technically re-rolling. So
Gotcha.
Yeah. But you can always automatically make your re-roll whatever you want. That being said, cool. She stops and she's like, clearly not being paid enough for this. Okay, Kelly's like in the cafeteria, so I'll page her and she'll be right up.
Okay, thank you so much. And I want to give her like just like a tip about like things that work better than nicotine gum, like some herbal bullshit that I can't as a player think of right now.
You are a nurse. She's gonna stop. She's like, "Wait, are you selling me Herbalife?
No.
Are you in a pyramid scheme?"
God, no. Listen, just buy some fucking ginger.
I do not support those things. They are like cults. My mom's was in Avon for the longest, and it was just like starts this conversation as we go to the scene of wreckage with Effie and Nielsen and Dimitri at the scene of the wreckage. Fire has been bestowed upon our Rhino boy. The governor has not gotten out of the car, neither has his top advisor, Mr. Cheney. But there's security shooting at you. What are you doing? Either one of you.
I'm going to unmute myself because I just realized I was muted and couldn't be heard. I need help to be aimed. So, Dimitri, where's the... Tell me when I'm facing the second one so I can smack into it so they can't chase us as easily.
Sorry, what was that? Out of character.
Dimitri, I want Dimitri to guide me to face the other car so when I charge at it to try and
you
injure
can
it.
see well enough to see the other vehicle. You're not that blind. It's as big as you,
Yeah.
kind of thing. You're not going to be able to need him to see that. Like they have shitty eyesight, but like it's not that bad. You can't notice that there's a car. Like,
alrighty. I am going to. I'm actually just going to use the auto crit. I'm going to destroy that. Well, not destroy that other car, but render it undrivable.
Gotcha.
I'm going right for at the engine area, which is a shitty place to hit and is going to hurt like
All right, let's go.
And yeah, I'm just gonna auto crit because I can.
Oh, you're just gonna auto crit it? You're like, I'm gonna make sure this happens. Like,
yep.
You just rampage forward into this other vehicle, head the fuck on, and you crumple. Basically, it's like a freight train hitting this Escalade, and it's got a grill and everything, but because you are a literal walking tank, you smash through it, and you see Mr. Cheney he got out before you charged because he was just like, hell nah, like he was like, no thank you. And, he comes out and stays behind the line of fire, sort of thing, to make sure that things aren't, he doesn't get smashed. Because as soon as you sort of back off, like, your nose gets that whiff of gasoline from, like, oh no, or just oils and stuff, and, like, a spark from a gun will set this Escalade on fire. Yeah. Effie, what are you doing? You okay? No? Okay. Uh-oh. We're gonna just switch real quick, guys. We're gonna go off screen right now.